Maya Fisher-French, who also hosts Money Matters here on ENCA. She's joining us now from our studios in Cape Town.
Morning, Maya. Now, today we're talking about rewards and when they work for you and when they don't. I mean, firstly, just a sort of brief overview of what rewards programs actually are.
Absolutely. I just wanted to quickly share a personal story, which is why we're having this discussion today. So my son recently opened up a new bank account, and I noticed he kept spending. Every time we went to the shops, he wanted to buy something. And I thought, this is, you know, I'm trying to get him to save, not spend. So I said to him, what's driving this behavior? Why do you want to keep spending? And he said, oh, Mom, I'm going to earn points, you see. So every time I spend. So what I had to explain to him is that, first of all, the kids' account doesn't qualify for the rewards program. So that was a bit disappointing for him. But then I pointed out that, you know, every 100 Rand that he would spend, even if he was getting points, he'd be maybe getting 10 cents, if he's lucky, 20 cents in rewards. But if he actually saved that 100 Rand, he'd be getting about 40 cents a month. And he'd get that 40 cents every month, and he'd still have the 100 Rand. And it kind of made me realize that I think we get sucked up sometimes into this reward program thing where we think, well, you know, if we spend money, then we get e-bucks, or we get cashbacks, or we get all these things. So sometimes you've got to take a step back and saying, you know, is my reward program working for me? And certainly if I'm being rewarded for spend that I'm already doing, that's great. But what is this reward program actually costing me?
So how do you ensure that you use these rewards programs like e-bucks that you've mentioned in a way that really benefits you?
So I think the starting point is, I don't know about you, but I used to have a whole purse, separate purse for all my cards and all my rewards. You know, everywhere you go, they give you a reward card.
Uveka has got that in your wallet.
I think now at least you've got apps, you see. So, well, now we've got apps, but I used to have this whole thing. And one day I woke up and I thought, this is insane. I don't even use half of these. They're just creating junk in my life. So the first thing is to kind of like slim down, you know, just choose a couple of reward programs that you're actually using frequently and that you're benefiting from. So clear out that clutter. Take off those apps off your phone as well, because it's also just clutter. And actually really focus on the rewards that work for you. And another one that is very important is, if you're paying for a reward program, make sure you're getting the value out of it, that you're not spending more per month on the reward program than you're actually getting back.
And Maya, I suppose we have to watch out for certain traps, and what are the things that we actually need to watch out for where it might be seen, or we might interpret it as, you know, we're going to be rewarded for this in a couple of months or so, but it's actually not working to our benefit.
So I think the key one, as I said, is actually if you're paying for it. So you've got to look at that cost benefit. Sometimes, you know, you get things where you sign up for a reward program and maybe you're getting free gym, but then you realize that you're never going to gym. So what, you know, is that really worthwhile? You know, are you paying for, you know, you maybe not getting the rewards, as I said, that are going to offset that cost. And the other one is to make sure that you're working the rewards, because a lot of these reward programs have tiers. So if you're on the first tier, you're generally not getting the most benefit. I always love the adverts, especially e-bucks. I mean, all of them say you can get back up to 15%, but you're only getting the 15% if you're on the top tier. You know, if you're on the first tier, it's nowhere near that kind of level of reward. So be very aware of what level you're on and what that reward benefit is actually going to be to you, and then try and work up those tiers. Try and make sure that you're making more money than perhaps the bank is.
Yeah, or you can just reward yourself by saving more money, as you told your son. I was just wondering, Maya, I mean, you know this landscape better than we do. In terms of rewards programs, are there such programs in South Africa that reward you for saving?
Very much so. I mean, you get, well, first of all, rewarding for saving is you get interest and benefits. And also, one of the things that I looked at quite a bit this year was making sure that, you know, some of the banks, I get concerned when banks place too much value on debt. So, you know, if you're an overdraft, you get more points. If you have a credit card, you get more points. And, you know, what are we seeing now is a shift. And I actually think I did an article saying, can you get to level 5 on e-bucks without having any debt? And what we saw there is actually you can, but a lot of that's around investing. So they do have investment products. So I think that is very important. And also you've got reward programs where you can actually convert, some of the banks have it, where you can convert your rewards not to spending, but actually to saving into unit trusts, for example, where you can start to move that to move those rewards into a money market account, convert them into savings and investments. So those are, but funnily enough, those are not very popular. People like to keep their rewards for spending. And there's a huge opportunity, which I use. I don't know about you guys or how you use your reward programs, but December, December comes and we've got all these massive expenses. You've got to buy presents and you've got food and all these other things. And those reward programs can become incredibly beneficial. We use our Pick and Pay ones. You've got your e-bucks, you've got your Clicks card, and all of those can really keep you going in December. So it's also a good strategy.
Okay, wonderful advice there. Thanks very much, Maya Fisher-French, Money Matters host and our personal finance guru here on Morning News Today. And I sometimes have bought all my detergents based just on those points and those vouchers that I
think,
get.
as you said, you must adopt a very sensible strategy.
Yeah, and know where it's where you're using those rewards and not just using them willy-nilly.